We find out about more about things that are going on at the YMCA of Greater Des Moines. We have a couple of very special guests joining us in studio. We have Westerkamp and Jeff Lauridsen, both from the Ys, from Walnut Creek, from Waukee. So let's start with you, Ryan.
Sure.
We're going to talk about the youth programs that you guys have at the Y and how they're a little different than some other ones that might be out there, because the youth programs are huge, aren't they?
They are, yep. We try to set ourselves apart from other youth sport programs. One thing that we talk about is a balanced lifestyle for the kids. So, if they want to play flag football, we don't require them to practice 5 days a week. We usually have one practice per week and then one game per week, which allows kids, to participate in other activities that they want to. So that's kind of
an interesting concept. Yep. What's the whole rationale, I should say, behind that?
We just believe in that balanced lifestyle. So we want kids to be able to be involved in other programs and other activities, whether it be another sport or maybe school activities. So stuff like that.
Main thing, just kind of get out, have some fun, and be active.
Yep, for sure. We try to promote healthy lifestyles, obviously, so getting out there, being involved in youth sports, keeps those kids active and involved in something other than maybe playing video games, staying inside.
That seems to be the biggest deterrent, isn't it, of getting out and doing some outdoor activities?
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, even if it is football on your video game, which some kids say, I'm playing football, that's not real football.
Yep.
But why do you think kids are starting to come back toward flag football? Because I know it went away for a while, but it's coming back the last couple of years.
Obviously, we've seen the stories about concussions and things like that with tackle football. And I think that kind of has deterred some younger kids from starting tackle football earlier. We just think that flag football is a great way for the kids to learn a lot of the basic skills, whether that be passing, catching, learning how to run routes and things like that without pads and without helmets. That way, once they get older, they've already learned those skills, and so it's a little bit easier to transition them into tackle with the pads and stuff.
Now you're over at the Walnut Creek Y. Where do you guys participate in your flag football contests?
Sure. So the practices are determined by the coach, so they can choose like a local park, maybe a school where all the kids attend.
I didn't realize that.
But all of our games will be at the Valley Stadium on Saturday mornings, and then we have 2 weeks where we'll be at their new turf field that's right by the high school.
There you go. So again, you're actually playing in a venue that has some history to it.
Yes.
So you get some feel. And then they have to realize that tonight preseason football gets underway.
It does,
so that's gonna, get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
So that's what happens over at the Walnut Creek Y. Now, what about over in Waukee? Are you guys on the same program?
Yeah, we run the same kind of program, same dates, same schedule. Games we actually combine with Walnut Creek as well to kind of give us some more variety of teams. So it's a big event every Saturday out at Walnut Creek and at Valley Stadium. So we get a lot of the teams from Waukee and all the teams from Walnut Creek, and we play against each other, and it's a good time out there.
How many kids participate in flag football?
I think the last couple of years we've had 200 to 300 at Waukee and about the same numbers at Walnut Creek. So.
Yep.
Now, is there room for more to still sign up and get in with the action?
Yeah, always room for more. We accept kids from 3 years old all the way through 8th grade. And actually, today and tomorrow, we're doing kind of a flash sale where if they register, they'll receive $10 off of the regular price.
Oh,
nice.
about that.
And you talk about some of the other. There's in each season you have other sports that they can participate.
Yeah. Out in Waukee, we've got a soccer clinic for 3 to 8 year olds, and then we do volleyball as well in Waukee. So that's 3rd grade through 7th grade.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of varying sports going on at Walnut Creek and Waukee. So.
Is that all kind of that same concept where you just have one practice a week and then one game a week?
Yeah, with the younger kids, we tend to just keep it to one time a week. For those 3 to 4 year olds, they're really not ready for multiple times a week, so it might just be a 5-week program, just every Thursday for an hour for 5 weeks, and then they're done. But kind of the older you get, you might have one practice a week and then one game a week.
Now, is soccer still as big as it was several years ago?
Yeah, I would say so. It's something fairly new that I've kind of started out in Waukee since I've been out there, and we've had continual growth, and it's been a pretty solid program for us out in Waukee.
All right, kid-wise numbers, what do we have kid-wise?
Out in Waukee, we'll have about 100 kids from 3 to 8 years old.
So it is starting to build.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good program, and there's a lot of different options out there, so we're pretty happy with the numbers.
Okay. You talked about balance as being one of the things that sets you apart from some of the other sports programs. What other things kind of make it a little different through the Y?
Like we try to promote healthy competition, so obviously sportsmanship is a big thing. We try to bring the Y's 4 core values into our programming. We do different sportsmanship awards for kids if our referees notice like a kid going above and beyond. So we try to recognize those types of things, and we're just big on sports teaches great life lessons. So we try to instill in our coaches that there might be a good coaching moment. They see at a practice or during a game that they can kind of relate to something that they might go through when they get older in life.
Okay. Is it boys and girls that can participate in all of them, or?
Yep, all of our sports. We pretty much do boys and girls, even flag football.
Okay.
Last year,
flag football too?
Last year we had a team of pretty much all girls, and they were actually pretty good. So
That's right.
it was fun to watch them, and they had a lot of fun. So,
So are they mixed teams, or do you have the girls play with the girls and the boys play with the boys?
Usually with like flag football, we don't have enough girls, so those are mixed. But
really?
For basketball, we separate. We obviously have a boys division and girls division.
And speaking of basketball, let's talk about that, because even though we're right smack dab in the middle of summer, you have to realize that basketball season is coming up, right?
Yeah, actually our registration for basketball is probably going to start next week.
Already?
Yep.
Wow.
But our season, usually registration will end sometime in October, and our season begins in November.
Already talking.
So now to participate in the sports programs, is that you need to be a member? Can you just kind of sign up for the sports programs? How does that work?
You can be a member or a non-member.
Okay.
Members do get a little bit of a discount on the price, and then non-members pay a little bit more. But we do our best to keep things as affordable as possible so we can have everybody play. And we do offer financial assistance for families if they're not able to afford the full cost of the program.
And that's something that people really need to remember.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of times it's a stumbling block for people saying, I can't afford the Y. And if that's the case, just give them a call and talk to them, and they might be able to give you some assistance so you can afford the Y.
Yeah. Our goal is to never to turn anybody away from any program or membership. So, if there's any doubt that you might not be able to afford anything at the Y, go ahead and stop in, and we'll be able to make sure that we can make it happen for you and get you involved with the Y.
Now, obviously, we're talking about the west side of town with Waukee and Walnut Creek. What about the other Ys? Are they offering the same programs that you guys are offering?
They do. The Grub YMCA offers, I know, flag football and basketball. They might not offer as many programs, but I try to get, if there's kids in more closer to the metro or Des Moines area, they're more than welcome to come out and participate.
Just bring them over to your location.
Yep.
That works. Now, there's so many different locations for the Ys around that you could take advantage of, and one of the neat things about it is if you are a member of the Y, you can utilize all the facilities, every single one of them, Michelle.
Yes, which makes it nice and flexible, and even if you're out of town, correct?
Absolutely,
so if
yes.
they're on vacation somewhere, they can still take advantage of the Y in that area, which is great.
Yeah.
That works. All right, so the football, has it started yet, or are we getting ready to start the flag football?
Games will start like the second week in September. And
Second week in September.
Yep,
okay.
our registration goes through August 27th, so they pretty much have the rest of the month to get registered for the program.
Okay.
Do you guys have any sort of because getting ready to gear back up for school, like after school sports programs?
Not necessarily after school sports programs, but we do offer before and after school programs in Waukee at 3 of the elementary schools. They'll mix in some sports here and there with those programs. But currently, right now, we don't have any sports-specific programs.
Now, we talked about some soccer programs over in Waukee. What about Walnut Creek? What other programs do you have?
Yeah, I do a similar program to the one out in Waukee, so it's for 3-year-olds through 8-year-olds.
That's got to be a lot of fun with the little tiny 3-year-olds playing soccer and flag football.
Definitely.
Does that look like it? It has its moments.
And our program's similar to his. I just run it on a different night. So mine will be on Tuesday nights in the fall, and it'll be for 5 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm just picturing these little kids playing football, just flag football right now, just trying to get a mental image right now.
Chaos on the field.
But you said you're not weighing the kids down with all the equipment, and that really is important, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You want to be able to teach them the correct skills or whatever, and if they have a helmet on, they're spending their time adjusting the helmet and messing with that instead of paying attention and learning how to do
the fundamentals.
The fundamentals correctly. So.
And you have people that will be able to instruct them in the proper manner.
Of course, yeah.
Of course you do. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Teaching them all kinds of good stuff, sportsmanship. And
That is awesome. Now, people want to get more information about the Y and getting involved in the flag football or the soccer or even the basketball. Just get ready for basketball this winter. What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
So they can go to our website, www.dmymca.org. Or you can call a specific branch. If you're closer to Waukee and want to learn about their programs, just give them a call. Or if you're closer to Walnut Creek, you can call us as well.
That works. Or just walk into a Walnut Creek and say, "Where's Ryan? I need to talk to him." Or walk over to Waukee and say, "Where's Jeff? I just saw him on TV. I need to talk to him about flag football." That works. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
good
All right.
programs.